Taurus, dear Taurus, if Aries is being asked to build a stronger foundation this month, you are being asked to trust yourself enough to step out of your comfort zone. And I know that's not always easy, because Taurus tends to move carefully. You like certainty. You like stability. You like knowing where you stand. You don't usually rush into things just because everyone else is doing it. And honestly, that's one of your greatest strengths. But June is asking something interesting of you. It's asking you to find a balance between safety and growth, between staying protected and allowing yourself to be seen. For much of this month, your third house is strongly activated. This is the area of communication, learning, writing, teaching, networking, siblings, neighbors, and your immediate environment. Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter are all spending significant time here. And because of that, your voice becomes important. What you say matters. What you write matters. The ideas you've been developing behind the scenes matter. Many Taurus individuals have spent months or even years working quietly, thinking privately, planning carefully, observing more than speaking. But June begins encouraging you to share, to participate, to contribute, to let people know what's on your mind. For some of you, this could mean starting a blog, launching a project, teaching, speaking publicly, posting more online, networking, or simply expressing thoughts you've kept to yourself. The message of June is simple. You don't have to hide your ideas anymore. People may be more interested in hearing what you have to say than you realize. And one conversation this month could open an unexpected door. Now let's talk about something even deeper. Because on June 19th, one of the most important long-term transits begins. Chiron enters Taurus. And Taurus, this is significant, very significant. Chiron is often called the wounded healer. But I don't like that phrase because it sounds heavier than it needs to. I prefer to think of Chiron as the teacher that helps us heal what we've been carrying for too long. And now that teacher is entering your sign, your first house, the house of identity, the house of self, the house that represents how you see yourself and how others see you. Over the coming years, many Taurus individuals will begin a profound process of healing. Healing confidence, healing body image, healing old stories about who you are, healing beliefs that were never truly yours to carry. And June may be your first glimpse of that journey. You may notice yourself becoming more aware of your needs, more aware of your limits, more aware of the ways you've neglected yourself while taking care of everyone else. Because one of the lessons Chiron often brings is this: you cannot pour from an empty cup. And for some Taurus viewers, that message may be arriving right on time. Now, let's talk about relationships, because June brings both challenges and opportunities here. Around June 13th, Venus forms a difficult aspect with Chiron, and this may feel sensitive. Old emotional wounds may resurface. Past disappointments, old insecurities, unresolved relationship patterns, feelings you thought you had already moved beyond. If this happens, be gentle with yourself. Don't assume you're moving backward. Sometimes healing looks like remembering. Sometimes healing looks like finally feeling something you've been avoiding. And sometimes healing looks like releasing a story you've carried for years. This energy is not here to hurt you. It's here to help you understand yourself more deeply. Then, just a few days later, something interesting happens. Around June 16th, Venus connects with Uranus, and suddenly the atmosphere changes. Unexpected messages, unexpected encounters, unexpected attractions, unexpected opportunities. Some Taurus individuals may feel a strong desire for more freedom. Others may experience surprising developments in their love life. And for some, a relationship may begin moving in a direction they never anticipated. Uranus loves surprises, and while surprises aren't always comfortable for Taurus, they're often exactly what we need. The full moon at the end of June adds even more emotional depth. Feelings become stronger. Connections become more meaningful. And something that has been growing quietly in your heart may finally demand your attention. One of the biggest lessons of June is learning to receive. You're often the dependable one, the supportive one, the caretaker, the person people rely on. But this month asks, can you allow others to support you? Can you ask for help? Can you let people show up for you? Because strength isn't only about carrying everything yourself. Sometimes strength is allowing yourself to be cared for. Now let's shift toward career and finances. Professionally, June requires both patience and confidence. Mercury enters Cancer at the beginning of the month, and immediately communication becomes more important. But unlike Aries, who may be speaking boldly, you're being encouraged to speak thoughtfully, carefully. This is a month where the right words can solve problems. The wrong words can create unnecessary tension. So choose your conversations wisely. Listen carefully. Pay attention to what isn't being said. Your intuition around people is especially strong now. Around June 10th, you may encounter delays or criticism. A project may slow down. Someone may question your ideas. A plan may require revision. Don't panic. Not every delay is a rejection. Sometimes a delay simply gives us time to improve the final result. Then around June 19th, the energy begins moving again. Mercury forms a supportive aspect to Mars, and suddenly you feel more motivated, more focused, more determined. Creative ideas gain momentum. Conversations become productive, and you may finally feel ready to move forward with something you've been considering for a while. Financially, the end of June looks particularly interesting. Your second house of money, values, and resources continues receiving attention. You're being encouraged to think differently about abundance, to innovate, to explore new possibilities, to question old assumptions about what is and isn't possible. Between June 25th and June 30th, opportunities connected to finances may appear. This doesn't mean reckless risk-taking. Taurus is rarely reckless anyway, but it does suggest that thoughtful action could bring positive results. If you've been waiting for the right moment to make a practical financial decision, this period deserves your attention. Now let's talk about your well-being, because your body is speaking loudly this month. And Taurus, your body knows things before your mind does. Pay attention to how situations feel physically. Pay attention to tension, exhaustion, ease, relaxation, excitement. Your physical responses are acting like an internal compass. If something consistently drains your energy, listen. If something consistently nourishes your energy, listen to that too. Chiron entering your sign may reveal areas where you need more rest, more sleep, more nature, more balance, more self-care. This isn't weakness, it's wisdom. The strongest people are often the ones who know when to pause. Spiritually, June asks you to separate fantasy from truth, especially around June 26th. You may find yourself questioning assumptions, dreams, expectations, or plans, and that's okay. Not every dream is meant to become reality, but the right dreams survive reality checks. The new moon on June 15th helps you take a conscious step forward, a practical step, a grounded step, a step based not on fear, but on clarity. And finally, as the month comes to a close, Mercury stations retrograde. This is your invitation to slow down, reflect, review, reconnect, finish unfinished conversations, resolve misunderstandings, revisit old ideas. Sometimes looking backward briefly helps us move forward more effectively. And if I could summarize June for Taurus in one sentence, it would be this. You are learning that true security doesn't come from controlling everything around you. It comes from trusting yourself, trusting your voice, trusting your worth, and trusting that you can handle whatever comes next. June begins by asking you to speak. It ends by asking you to heal, and both are preparing you for a powerful new chapter. Now let's move to Gemini.